my ears, when the green of nature is the green of spitefulness and cruelty, when the red, red of the setting sun burns and consumes me with its horrid feverish effervescence, when I feel the all hatred of the universe for its poor little earth bugs, then it is that I approach nearest to rest. The softnesses are my unrest. I do not want those bitter things, but I must have them if I would rest. I want the softnesses, and I want rest. Oh, dear faint soul, it is hard, hard for us. We are sick with loneliness. March 26th. Now and again I have torturing glimpses of a paradise, and I feel my soul in its pain every moment of my life. Otherwise, how gladly would I deny the existence of a soul and a life to come. For my soul is beset with nothingness, and the paradise that shows itself is not for me. March 28th. Hatred, after all, is the easiest thing of all to bear. If you have been forgotten by the one who must have made you, and if you have been left alone of human beings all your life, all your 19 years, then, when at last you see someone looking toward you with beautiful eyes and extending to you a beautiful hand, and showing you a beautiful heart wherein is just a little of beautiful sympathy for you, oh, that is harder than anything to bear, harder than the loneliness and the bitterness and the tears are nearer and nearer. But one would be hurt often, often for the sake of the beautiful things. Yes, one would gladly be hurt long and often. I shall never forget how it was with me when I first saw the beautiful eyes of my dearest anemone lady, when they were looking gently at me, and the beautiful hand and the beautiful heart. The awakening of my racked soul is hardly more heavily laden with passion and pain. I shall never forget. Though I feel away from her also, she is the only one out of all to look gently at me. Let me writhe and falter with pain, let me go mad, but oh, world full of people, for the love of your God, give me out of this seething darkness only one beautiful human hand to touch mine with love, one beautiful human heart to know the aching sad loneliness of mine, one beautiful human soul to mingle with mine in long, long rest. For a human being my soul wails, a human being to love me. Oh, to know, just once, what it is to be loved. 19 years without one faint shadow of love is mouldy crumbling age, is gray with the dust of centuries. How long have I lived? How long must I live? I am shrieking at you, cold, stupid world. Oh, the long, long waiting, the millions of human beings. I am a human being, and there is no one, no one, no one who can know this that has not felt it. You do not know. You cannot know. Surely I do not ask too much. But whether or not it is too much, I cannot go through the years without it. Oh, I cannot. You have lived your 19 years, fine world, and you have lived through some after years. But in your 19 years there was someone to love you. It is that that counts. Since you have had that someone in your 19 years, can you understand what life is to me in my loneliness? My wailing, waiting soul burns with but one desire — to be loved. Oh, to be loved. March 29th. I am making the world my confessor in this portrayal. My mind is fairly bursting with egotism and pain, and in writing this I find a merciful outlet. I have become fond of my portrayal. Often I lay my forehead and my lips caressingly upon the pages, and I wish to let you know that there is in existence a genius, an unhappy genius, a genius starving in Montana in the barrenness, but still a genius. I am a creature the like of which you have never before happened upon. You have never suspected that there is such a person. I know that there is not such another. As I said in the beginning, the world contains not my parallel. I am a fantasy, an absurdity, a genius. Had I been one of the beasts that perish, I had been likewise a fantasy. I think I should have been a small animal, composite of a pig, a leopard, and a skunk. An animal that I fancy would be uncanny to look upon but admirable for a pet. However, I am not one of the beasts that perish. I am human. That is another remarkable point. I have heard persons say that they can hardly believe I am quite human. I am the most human creature that ever was placed on the earth. The geniuses are always more human than the herd. Almost a perfection of humanness is reached in me. This by itself makes me extraordinary. The rarest thing in the world, I find, is the quality of humanness. Humanity and humanness are much less rare. It is a brave thing to understand something of what we see. Indeed it is. An exceedingly brave thing. The one who said that had surely gone out on the highways and byways and found how little he could understand. To understand oneself is not so brave a thing. To go in among the hidden gray shadows of the deep things is a fool's errand. It is not from choice that I do it. No one carries a millstone around her neck from choice. When I see what is among the hidden gray shadows, when I see a vision of myself, I am seized with a strange, sick terror. A fool's errand, but one that I must need go. And for that matter I myself am a fool. Yet to know oneself is a rare, fine art. I analyze myself now. I analyzed myself when I was 3 years old. The only difference is that at the age of 3 I was not aware that I analyzed. It is true. That is a great difference. Now I know that I am analyzing at 19, and now I know that I analyzed at 3. And at the age of 19 I know that I am a genius. A genius who does not know that he is a genius is no genius. A drunken man might stagger up to a piano and accidentally play music that vibrates to the soul, that touches upon the mysteries. But he does not know his power, and he is no genius, though men awaken and go mad therefrom. I know that I am a genius more than any genius that has lived. I have a feeling that the world will never know this. And as I think of it, I wonder if angels are not weeping somewhere because of it. End of part 14.